Let's go right now to CBS News senior producer with the investigative unit, Pat Milton, who is with us on the phone right now. Pat, what have you learned?
Yes, we're talking to U.S. law enforcement sources who have been briefed by British authorities, and they said that the authorities are investigating whether the attack was a possible suicide bomber. There's no confirmation on that. They're just looking at that and suspect it. The source that we talked to said that they are stressing the investigation is fluid. It's in the initial stages, and facts have not been confirmed yet. We're still trying to work through everything. We're working our phones and talking to our sources, but everything is preliminary, and we're trying to gather information by talking to law enforcement and intelligence sources.
And Pat, give us a sense of the communication between authorities here in the U.S. and their counterparts back in the U.K. When a situation like this develops. What is that communication like?
Well, the United States law enforcement and the intelligence community has very strong partnership with the Brits. They meet with them, they share information, they share databases constantly. Right now, the U.S. authorities are monitoring everything very closely. They want to know, what caused this, what was used as ingredients in the bomb, what was the methods used. And, they are concerned that there may have been a nexus, so they want to be looking at that. Were there conspirators? Was this the work of just one person? Was this the result of a terrorist organization? So they're looking very closely at everything and talking very closely with the Brit counterparts.
And Pat, we talked about on CBSN here earlier, I mentioned that the NYPD Commissioner James O'Neill, tweeted out earlier that they're obviously closely monitoring the events in Manchester, England, to determine any possible implications for New York City. What kinds of things would they be looking for? What kinds of things obviously would raise a red flag for authorities in a city like New York?
Well, it would put everyone on a higher state of alert. They would be looking at concerts and arenas, in New York. New York has always been a prime interest and target of terrorists. So they'd be looking at that. The NYPD does have liaisons that are actually stationed in Britain, and the same with the FBI. They've got people that FBI liaisons that are actually in the embassy there and are able to get to these scenes and get information in real time back to their offices in the United States.
All right, as you've been speaking there, Pat, I'm being handed another tweet here. The governor of New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo, is tweeting, "I am heartbroken by the horrific explosion in Manchester. As a precaution, state law enforcement will step up security and patrols." There on your screen is that tweet from New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Pat, I would imagine that given what's happened now throughout the United States, there will be law enforcement agencies that are going to be at least reviewing what their procedures may be, perhaps.
Oh, that's exactly right. They're going to be analyzing this very meticulously, and they will be sending information all out as an information stream to all law enforcement across the country. The concern is that there be a copycat. Their concern is that this would motivate somebody that maybe was interested in doing an attack and would motivate them to try to launch whatever plans that they may have had. They're also concerned, obviously, whether there was any kind of connection, any kind of nexus.
And Pat, had there been any kind of word that there perhaps was going to be the targeting of some kind of public venue like this? Had there been any kind of indication or chatter, as I know some intelligence agencies refer to it, that perhaps there could be something like this taking place?
Well, there has been a heightened concern of transportation, of aircraft, of subways, of trains, that this is a popular target for terrorists. But they're also, very concerned about soft targets, and soft targets, concert arenas are considered soft targets.
All right, our Pat Milton with us, CBS News senior producer with the investigative unit. Pat, thanks very much for your reporting. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.